All right. What's up, guys? It's quiet right now. I don't think there's anybody here right now. However, I got a payment from Tina and she wants reading too. If not, wait a minute. No. So, all right, we are good. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and do Tina's reading, and since she already made a payment. And like I said, if there is anybody else who wants to get a reading, I may do only a few more. And if not, that's fine. Alrighty. Let's see. Alrighty, Tina, the timestamp for you is gonna be 1 minute, or I mean, let's say 2 minutes. Alrighty. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. The High Priestess, Nine of Cups in reverse, and Three of Pentacles. Okay, I think 2026 is gonna be eventful for you in a good way. I believe most of it is around money and finances. Uh, in the first quarter, I have the Wheel of Fortune expect, and I'm getting, Wheel of Fortune can indicate 10 of events for good or for worse, for better or for worse. And I think this one is good. In the second quarter, you have the high, and I'm not saying it's good because I want to make you feel good. The reason is there are unexpected changes that you don't see coming. And even though Nine of Cups is showing in reverse in the third quarter, I believe that's basically certain plans not going your way, and trying to come up with plan B is going to be the only issue, but it's going to work out, for your best interest. And then Three of Pentacles in the last quarter, that shows, I think, some sort of collab or some sort of support when it comes to money and finances, especially if you're a business owner. This is a good sign. And in the second quarter, somehow I skipped the second quarter with the High Priestess. The changes that are coming towards you, the opportunities are very, very um, surprising. This is something that you don't see coming. Okay, sometimes we try to get what we want, sometimes the opportunity just presents itself. And this year, you have, I think you just have to have your focus on, these opportunities and seize them and utilize them in the best possible way. Let me see what else do I have for you. Yeah, sorry, the Fool here is telling me that, yeah, basically these opportunities, these chances that I see here may actually encourage you to make major decisions, major shifts, um, do things very differently. Let's say, and this is just an example, I still need to clarify. Let's say a very great opportunity in career comes towards you. That may require relocation, or it may require you to work at different hours, but it really worth it. The pay is good, the job status is good, the benefits are great, and you may say, you know what, I never saw this coming. Maybe it was meant to be, I'm going for it. This could be some sort of investment. This could be a relationship. You may meet somebody and you may say, and I forgot if you're single or not. Sorry, sweetie. Don't be mad at me. I forgot your dating situation, but it could be something regarding your relationship. You may say, "Hey, I met somebody and I believe it really works. certain compromises to be with this person. Now let's clarify. Yeah, the fool showed up again. Uh, in the first quarter, your focus will be on, I have the King of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Fool. Your focus will be on letting go of what didn't work out for you in the past. This could be a relationship, people, and like I said, there is great opportunities coming towards you, and that's going to start from the beginning of 2026. If you're in a in an unfulfilling relationship, or if you went through a breakup or you're going through a breakup, expect to find yourself in a situation that makes things easier for you to move on. If your relationship is looking good, this could be a job. So, whatever that was not working for you or is not working for you, and you have a hard time resolving it or letting it go, that becomes so easy for you to get over it in the first quarter of 2026. And I'm not saying it's impossible to let go of that situation or people. I think there are certain things that are out of your control, but expect that to get resolved. Now let's clarify the second quarter. We have Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Magician, and they're clarifying the Hierophant. Sorry, the High Priestess. As I said earlier, there are certain opportunities coming towards you, and they're gonna catch you by surprise in a very, very good way. Think about something that you always wanted to do and it seemed very impossible, or you thought you don't have the tools and resources to manifest whatever you want to manifest. It could be having your dream home, getting your dream home, car, job, relationship, anything, having your own business. It really doesn't matter. I see that happening in the second quarter of 2026. And I like this for you because there is nothing better than, seeing that everything that you always wanted is kind of becoming possible, especially in the first half of 2026. But I'm not saying, th- it's happening because of luck. I think you already made some effort and you're about to see the results. Let me just focus on the first half a little bit more. It's been something that you've been waiting to manifest, and it very well could be, in different areas. Money, I'm getting is mainly about money, finances, financial stability that helps you to upgrade your lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, financially you struggle, but we are talking about the next level of financial freedom, having the finer things in life, the luxury of time, luxury of getting whatever you want, and that's coming as a result of seeing increase in your money and finances, which comes through work. Um, and Six of Cups is telling me that this is something that you've been waiting for. This is something that was, in the making. However, the timing just didn't work out the way that you wanted. Now let's clarify the rest of the cards. Nine of Cups in reverse, and there's a card that didn't come up. Two of Swords. I'm just taking this as a sign. The reason that I picked a deck and this card didn't come up, I'm gonna take this as a sign that if you were feeling stuck or confused, or you found yourself in a situation that was not clear, expect you know to gain clarity or information about whatever it is. um, or maybe 2026 is a year. I want to, interpret the message this way. 2026 is going to be the year that you're going to move forward with information, with clarity, rather than waiting to see what's going to happen, whether you're able to, accomplish certain things, especially if you have to wait for, some sort of, I don't know, help, support, confirmation, validation, I don't know, you name it. And I have the Hermit here. Okay. The King of Wands, Queen of Cups. Okay, in the third quarter, there could be a little bit of disappointment in relationship, or whether, again, I don't remember your relationship status. If you're in a relationship, there could be uh, a little bit of a stagnation, or not being able to see your, you know, let me rephrase. Every relationship goes through phases that things get a little bit stagnant, mundane, boring. Um, and that's very normal. Now that you know this, instead of, you know, letting the relationship go the way that it is, find ways to bring a little bit of excitement. Um, if you feel your partner is getting comfortable, well, always give him something to explore. Um, and I'm not talking about, playing mind games, but a little bit of a simulation from time to time that can keep things a little bit more, uh, exciting. A little bit of a spark from here is, here and there is something that is needed. Or if you're single and you end up meeting somebody, which is going to be possible, um, try not to fall in love like quickly if you can. Try to get to know people before you fall in love, and it's much, much easier said than done. But you don't want to give your time and attention to somebody that cannot be at your level, somebody who is comfortable with your presence rather than wanting to do whatever it takes to make sure that you will settle with this person. I hope you're catching my drift. Um, and I'm not saying, if you're single, you won't be in a relationship, but be mindful, especially around this time, of the, certain connections that, do not promise commitment, especially if you're looking for a committed relationship. And sometimes you may not even look for a committed relationship. You may meet somebody and you're like, okay, uh, I was not looking for love, but hey, it just happened. I caught feelings. And you just want to be mindful of that. Yeah, there could be a little bit of disappointment around relationship. And now I'm not saying that it has to happen. Now that we know this could be a possibility, you know exactly how to avoid it, because it's better to be proactive. It's better to be on the safe side rather than being hopeful. So around this time of the year, third quarter of 2026, I know this is something that you always have to do, but this is what I see it happening in the third quarter of 2026. Now, let me clarify the last quarter. Certain experiences that you will face in the third quarter of 2026 is going to be a big learning lesson. If there's a connection that is not going to work out, or if certain situations that may not pan out the way that you want, they will become a great learning lesson, and that's something that you're going to focus on and contemplate in the last week of 2026. Instead of focusing on personal relationships, your focus will be back on work. um, and of course, I see a gradual increase in your money and finances. Again, this could be raise, promotion, or having your own business. So you can expect a much, much better financial situation next year at this time. and your focus is going to be on money, you will be associating yourself with people who are on your level financially, basically. Um, and I see you wanting to do things differently, maybe coming up with new plans, new ideas for the following year. So the last quarter of 2026, even though you want to focus on holidays or just relax, after a year of hard work, you will be actually more active because there will be people who are supporting you. There are people who want to motivate you to do something. Again, when it comes to work, money, building wealth, whatever it is. And I see you being excited to focus on money and finances. Now I'm going to clarify things a little bit more. Yeah, the 2026 is all about, like I said, surprises. The tower is not a bad card here. I'm getting this as, sudden opportunities, sudden changes, opportunities that you don't want to miss. And I don't see you missing any of them with Knight of Swords. I see you actually, seizing every opportunity to make the best out of it. And again, I'm looking at the Devil card. Devil card is, like I said, not always a bad card. Devil also represents tenacity, and I see you being, especially with Knight of Swords, being that go-getter, wanting to get whatever you want. The opportunities are there. I mean, and they're going to be very exciting, very, very exciting. And I see you definitely focusing on those opportunities that are coming towards you. Um, Page of Cups, the World, Page of Pentacles. Again, I'm getting, new opportunities that, will be followed after one and after each other. And they keep you going, one plan after another. And we are talking about big plans. They are about your money, work, finances. Okay. And again, back to relationship. If you're in a relationship, you want to, focus on, boosting that relationship so it won't reach that, you know, stagnant situation when two partners, and it doesn't have to be your partner, being bored with the relationship. It could be just you. It could be you just feeling your partner is lazy, or your partner is not, as exciting as he was. Uh, just find ways to spark the relationship. And if you're single, and be mindful of your connections around that time. And I'm not saying everybody is going to be, playing games. There will be one particular connection that, really sweeps you off your feet, but you can't really expect commitment. However, I do see people who, at least one person that is going to be very, very interested in a romantic relationship. Um, and this person is going to be patient with you. Of course, you can always come and, ask for a reading to see what's up with your connections, but definitely I see either rekindling a relationship around the third quarter of 2026, or a new relationship that can be very, very fulfilling. Now, I'm not sure if this person will show up at this time or a little bit earlier, but the communication will happen around this time. And like I said, towards the end of 2026, with Page of Pentacles, plans, opportunities, I believe this is more like a project, and there will be at least one person or more that will inspire you to do something new, to do something different. They may not even ask you to join them, on a project or something, but just talking about an idea is going to be very inspiring to you. And that's going to be you know your priority, because I see you getting very excited to, focus on this new thing. um and I don't think this is something seasonal. Even though it's around the holiday season, I don't think this is something seasonal, and it's not something that takes a lot of time to take a lot of time of your day, which is good. Yeah, definitely 2026 is going to be very different than 2025 for you. In 2025, there has been or there have been some disappointments in work, emotions, yeah, or in your romantic love life, maybe, or personal relationships. However, I see you really being in control, not because, one night you'd wake up and you decide that, okay, enough is enough, but because of all these amazing opportunities that are coming towards you, you will realize, okay, life is giving you a chance to do something amazing. Therefore, you will not let anyone or anything to get on your way. I see you being laser focused on your work, on whatever you want to do, and that's all it takes, for everything else to fall into place. As I said, there is an offer that is coming towards to you towards the end of the year. I mean, next year. And this is something that was meant to happen. I believe, the whole in the for the most part of 2026, you will be focusing on getting your money and finances together in order to get ready for this amazing opportunity, work opportunity that is coming to you at the end of 2026. Because if this opportunity comes to you right now, emotionally, you may not be ready, financially, you may not be ready, or yeah, it's just, yeah, the timing doesn't seem perfect. And of course, there are many other things that requires your focus and attention. What else do we need to know? And what I love about this reading is that it's telling me there will be a lot of leveling up as a person, not as spiritually or financially or any of that, but mentally, and the way that you perceive things, the way that you want to lead your lifestyle, the way that you want to, live your day to day life. It's gonna level up, and you our goal is to do better every year, or every other year at least, to learn and grow and do better, make better decisions based on our experience. And I believe 2026 is going to be very transformational in that regards. Also, expect to have a lot of time for your personal life. I think you will have a better work and life balance because financially you will be doing better. There will be less stress. Of course, you will be more proactive, but you will be also able to manage your time perfectly. There will be a lot of balance emotionally, financially, and I love this for you. This is a good reading. Hey, Tanya, what's up? Yes, I'm just doing 2026. Hey, Monet, what's up? Um, I mean, there's only one person actually who wanted to get a reading, which I actually just finished a reading. Um, but I don't know. Is there anybody else who wants to get a 2026 reading? Let me know. But Tanya, since you're here and I don't have anybody else waiting for, yearly reading, let me know if you have a question. If it's, like a normal question, I'll be more than happy to answer you. Okay. I mean, since I'm here, why not answering your question? But yeah, Tanya, this is going to be a good next year is going to be an amazing year for you. And I love this for you. But just be, guarded with your emotions. And again, I'm not saying your love life is not going to improve or, you know, you will face disappointment. Just be mindful of, certain connections. Again, if you're single. If you're not single, try to, add a little bit of a spark to the relationship to avoid boredom. Um, Tanya, let me know what is your question, sweetie. The usual, mm, what, your 7-day reading? Is that what you mean, sweetie? Okay. Let's do a 7 day reading. What is it today? Monday. So let's just start. Today is almost over, so I'm gonna start from tomorrow. Okay. Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Um, I have Ace of Cups for tomorrow, Tuesday, and Ace of Swords for Wednesday. Expect good news on both days, okay? Of course, I need to clarify. Ace of Cups is usually an offer of love, a romantic offer, but it could be a communication from your person or somebody that already knows you, or it could be some good news at work. And because it's followed by Ace of Swords, I think this message is something that these two are kind of connected. I'm not talking about two different messages or events happening, on these 2 days. I think they are the same. A communication that is going to make you happy tomorrow, and you will see the result of that in the following day. That's what I see happening here. On Thursday, Friday, for Thursday, I have Seven of Swords. On Friday, I have the High Priestess. I need to clarify. I think there could be, some work drama, or there could be, a coworker that, I don't know, may cause a little bit of friction. So be mindful with your communication. Okay, be very mindful with your communication. Um, and I don't want to get you stressed. Hey, Jasmine, you're having deja vu? What? I mean, why? What happened? What's up, sweetie? Um, oh, really? Did you get a reading yesterday? Actually, you're kind of making me feel like, I'm having a deja vu because I don't know. Yesterday I did a stream, I streamed for, yeah, I know. Oh, okay. You're talking about last year. Oh, yeah, totally. It was like yesterday that I was doing this. Yeah. Okay. No worries. If you want, yeah, sure. But yeah, 2025 just went like that. Yeah. But yeah, Tanya, remember, sweetie, be very mindful with your words. Now, I'm not trying to stress you out or, scare you off anything. Be mindful of something that is very, very good at twisting words. Okay. Let me tell you something. Just an example. I I was talking to my, general manager, and I was like, one of the employees, we had to adjust certain things for this person because of his age. He's 60 now. He must be 61 or 62. And I told my boss, I was like, hey, this guy is old, and we have to. And she just cut me. She didn't let me continue. She was like, never say a guy is old. We can't get into a lawsuit. And my goal was to, accommodate certain things to this person because of his age, physically he's not as strong. He had some sort of, surgery, not hip surgery, something else. And she said, never say he's old. And, you know, if I told somebody else that, okay, we are doing this because this guy is old, it could have become a lawsuit. So remember small things like this. And I'm not saying you're gonna, make a mistake that I was making or I was about to make. But just be very mindful with your words. You don't want anybody to twist it around. Also, another thing, there could be somebody else that may say something and their words may get twisted around, and you may hear something and that's going to upset you. So whatever information that you get, take it. Um, Jasmine, no, I'm just doing Tanya's reading and then I don't have anything. No, sweetie, it's not full. So Tanya, yeah, you may hear something and you may say, okay, this is disturbing or this is upsetting me. This is not okay. The information may be, might have been very twisted. So try not to really believe whatever you hear or take it with a grain of salt. If you need to consult your, boss, definitely do so before judging people or before taking any action. Sometimes, information gets twisted because people do that on purpose. And sometimes, things go around and it's always baffles me how one thing turns into something totally different just because people, talk. So have that in mind. This is something that might be a little bit, confusing you on Thursday and Friday. However, Saturday is going to be different. I believe whatever this situation is, you're going to move past it. Um, on Sunday, I have five of wands. There could be a little bit of conflict or, something. I'm going to see what's happening here. Another thing, this could be, I don't know, maybe that time of the month, or maybe you just being tired, just not feeling yourself. That could be also the case. I'm going to clarify though. However, so I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's what I see for Sunday. However, on Monday, I see you, starting the week with your plans lined up. I see you have a clear vision about the week ahead of you, and whatever you have to do, you will get them done. Also, if there are certain things that needs to be done by Monday, or you have a deadline, in the following days, I see them happening. So the next week is going to be much better than, this week. I'm not saying, this week has to be bad. It's just, th- there are times that we face some unexpected situations. You just have to remain calm and collected and know that you're going to be okay. But a week after, I think it's going to be a week that things will be a little bit smooth and mellow, maybe because it's closer to holidays. People are just busy with holiday shopping, getting ready for Christmas. That's what I feel is happening here. But let me clarify. There is a great chance, yeah. So I have Ace of Cups clarified by Page of Cups. There could be some communication. It could be very well your person. I have Page of Cups, Queen of Swords, and Ten of Pentacles. Um, Queen of Swords, this is you not really, um, you know, worrying about what happened between you and the guy that you were dating. And this is this person coming forward, possibly with an apology and wanting to stabilize their relationship with Ten of Pentacles. That could be the case. In other messages, this good news could be, let me clarify the next one just to make sure that it's all about love and relationship. And if not, it's about work. Could be both. I think it's about the relationship. I think this person, is really afraid of you walking away, or he wanted to walk away, but he was like, you know what? I don't want to throw away something good with the Sun and Ten of Cups. And with Five of Swords, he's struggling. So expect some communication, hopefully. Another message is, expect also a good news maybe from work. Um, this could be the promotion, but I believe this is something that is going to catch you by surprise. Um, what I really feel is about your, romantic situation with that guy, your connection with that guy. Let me clarify these two. Oh, okay. I think the communication, yeah, just be mindful of whatever you do and say. And of course, this is something that you have to do throughout your career, but be mindful of that particularly around these 2 days, Thursday, Friday. There is somebody around you, see who works on those days, see who's the shady one. And sometimes you may actually get backstabbed. Sorry for saying this, but we have to be realistic from people that are very nice and supportive of you at work because you're working with them, you're their boss, and they have to be nice to you. So be mindful of certain communication that may come through jealousy as well, a little bit of envy. Um, Maybe somebody is jealous of you being a manager. Maybe that day you dress up well, or maybe I don't know, they feel their crush is talking to you and paying more attention to you than them. It could be actually a guy. I don't know. Very well, it could be a guy. So be very, very strategic with what you say, with the communication that you're receiving. That may steer a little bit of haze, within the work environment. And as a manager, your job is to remind your people that they have to work and you do not tolerate gossiping or nonsense going around. Okay, I don't know if wait a minute, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is your days off. I think Saturday, Sunday, and I saw five of wands for Sunday, and I told you there's a little bit of friction or conflict. This could be your person again, you know, having some sort of disagreement with you, or do you disagree with what he wants or what he says, because I see this person wanting to work things out with you, but I see a little bit of disagreement. This could be maybe your boss or something, but I see a romantic partner here with Knight of Cups and with Two of Swords and the Tower. You may feel that okay, there are certain things that no matter how hard you try do not work out. Um and I'm not saying this has to be the end of the relationship. It's maybe there are better ways of handling the situation. Um, or now that you know this might be the case, maybe you can avoid certain communication, especially when you both are emotional. Okay, if you want to be with this person, there will be times that you just have to agree with him, especially when he talks about not so important things. You may start talking about religious beliefs, not religious beliefs, I don't know, small things, maybe politics, things that really do not affect you at the end of the day, like politics. I mean, it does, but it really doesn't. It's really up to you, how much you want to get involved into that bullshit. Let's say you guys will end up talking about politics. You both, may not even know what you're talking about, but you end up having like two very opposing views. And, he wants to prove a point, you will want to prove a point, and at the end, you will end up fighting. See, this is just an example. I'm not saying you're political or anything. I'm talking. What I'm trying to say is that this is, something that is so avoidable, something that you really can't be, yeah, avoided. And if you see that, he wants to make some points about something, or about people, or about world, just let him talk and be like, yeah, 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 you're right, and just let it go, and everybody will be happy. But if you want to, oppose this person, then it will lead to an argument. Um, you're saying you hope he does reach out, but you're starting to come to terms with the possibility of him never coming back. That's all you're saying. You're noticing this has all happened because of a disagreement. Well, in the cards, I see, you know, um, I see communication coming in. And I'm not trying to make you believe this, but that's what I see happening here. I do see, in your past reading, I saw him coming back. Again, I see this person coming back. I'm not worried about him coming back. The problem is a little bit of disagreement over something very stupid can escalate into a very big fight and, you guys not talking. So I would say don't worry about him coming back or not. Just see how you feel about, the disagreement that you guys had in the past, because that's going to be repeated. Unless you're okay with agreeing with this guy and say, yeah, whatever you say is right. And let's move on. And I don't know if this is something that you will enjoy to experience throughout your relationship. Uh, I mean, I just want you to look at the bigger picture. Okay. I don't know if you guys are working on a project or something at work. I think either Monday, didn't I talk about deadlines around Monday? Next Monday, there are certain things that will come to an end, or maybe earlier than the deadline, or certain tasks will be taken off your hands and you will have time to just relax and chill. That's why the a week after is going to be more smooth and mellow. During this week, you still have, you know, what you have at work and you have to focus on getting the job done, but a week after is going to be easier. So Monday is going to be a day that you have this sigh of relief that, okay, certain things are out of the way and I have more time to focus on what I need to focus on. Maybe less hours at work, more time at home. Let me see. What else do we need to do? See, again, with your person, I see him as still being around with the Emperor and King of Cups. He does have feelings for you and he's looking for something long term, but with Nine of Wands, as long as he wants to, prove a point, these disagreements can take a toll on you. Um, and I don't like this. If I want to be with somebody, I want to be with somebody that, you know, is I don't know, is not so concerned about necessarily what's going on around the world. I'm not saying, I want to be with somebody that is so inhuman and somebody who is so indifferent, but, some people just want to get too involved with things that, at the end of the day doesn't add any value to their day. They just want to be mad and angry and everybody. And I think your person is one of them, or at times he can be like that. Hey Barbie, what's up, Sadie? So I don't know. If you want to give it a chance, give it a chance and see how you feel about his thought processes. I mean, is that something that you enjoy dealing with? And Kendall, I'm not doing normal readings. I'm not going to answer this question. Don't you see the title? And do not ask me will financially your if your financial situation will improve, Sweetie. If you work, if you save money, yes, you it will. Okay. Guys, nothing gets me more than people coming into my channel, especially when I'm doing the yearly reading and ask for normal reading. But yes, it will improve. I mean, I will pull a card for you, okay, since you're here. But anyway, Tanya, yeah, that's what I see happening in the next week, next 7 days. Let me see if there's an advice here. Yeah, I think in most of the week, you will be focusing on work, multitasking. Money will look good. And when it comes to your work, I see you wrapping up certain things. And like I said, just moving, to the next week with less task on hand, which is great. Um, Last final card, justice. It's going to be a good week. But yeah, just be mindful of, you know, Thursday and Friday, be mindful of certain, shady people. Or another thing, they may come to you, some people may come to you and, try to get you engaged in a conversation to see what you may say or do, just to get something to talk about. Again, I'm not trying to scare you or, stress you out, but as a manager, you have to be very, politically correct all the time, which is not my ideal phrase, but for the lack of better words, I have to say that. But that's what I see for you, CD. Let me know if you have any questions, and if not, best of luck to you. And yeah. Hey, Monet, what's up? You're welcome, Tanya. Good luck to you. And Monet, did you watch the part of your reading that you missed last time? Because I remember they actually cut your break short. I hope that you liked it. Okay. All righty, Jasmine, let's go ahead and do your reading, okay? All right. Jasmine, Ace of Pentacles. Let me actually timestamp your reading too in case you want to watch the reading later. Uh, 47 minutes. All right. You did? Okay. Alrighty, Jasmine, let's just start your reading. And I see Ace of Pentacles right off the bat. It's behind that I have Eight of Swords. So hopefully, 2026 is going to be the year that financially you see more stability and feel more unstuck. 2025 was very challenging for you. Um, and I know many things that happened to you was out of your control and you didn't deserve them, but I'm so proud of you for just moving forward and not giving up. And yeah, so expect 2026 is, to be your breakthrough, basically. Now let's pull a few cards. Justice, Tower, Four of Pentacles. Okay. I love this already. Um, So in the first quarter with justice, the first thing that came into my mind was that expect a lot of balance and stability in your life, emotionally, financially. Basically, just feeling that all uh, everything that was stressing you out is out of the picture. In the second quarter of 2026 with Tower, I think that breakthrough, that shift is going to happen. The Tower is not a bad card, especially with Four of Pentacles. I think you can expect a major change in your financial situation that helps you to save more money, make better financial plans. And instead of focusing on relationship, I think you will be focusing on your money and finances more. And 2026 is going to be the year that you're going to be more focused on your money and finances. And I'm not saying there won't be love or relationship. When money looks really good, when it really makes you happy, trust me, you want to keep it to yourself. You don't even want a person near you because uh, what's the point of jeopardizing your situation when focusing on your money is going to pay off big time. Again, I'm not saying I don't see a relationship, but the main focus is on money and money and finances. Um, in the last quarter with King of Swords, I believe you will just take whatever you will accomplish in 2026 and try to come up with better plans in 2027. Let me put it this way, given what I just said, as long as you focus on your work and money and finances and your future and a stability that you want, next year when we talk at this time, hopefully you will be a much different person. And I'm not saying you have to change, but with experience, with hard work comes wisdom, comes growth. And I see you being a, much wiser person, somebody that, I really believe that you already surprised me a lot last year. You're going to surprise me even more. I don't know exactly how, but I'm sure that I'm going to be surprised. And I'm not saying this to make you feel good, but I'm just happy how things will start falling into place for you in order for you to be more, for you to get on track with what really helps your future financial, your future and your financial stability. Hey, Virgo, what's up? Hey, Kat, what's up, sweetie? How are you? Lovely to see you all. How have you been? So, yeah, Jasmine, that's what I see. Now, let's clarify. I know this is so stupid. I mean, I should not say this. I should, I mean, now I said not because I gave you a hint, you're going to be like, okay, Sunny, let me know what you want to tell me. I think in 2026, you will switch to better lifestyle, like healthier lifestyle. And that's going to help you maybe lose weight or gain weight or, just get more in shape or focus on your health, your body, your physique. Um, I shouldn't have said that, but I said it because I don't want to say, okay, there's something wrong with you, but choosing a healthier lifestyle rather than, wanting to find a magic pill to lose weight or, gain weight or get in shape, something. I don't know. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with your shape. Okay. You could be in a perfect shape, but I see you focusing on your physique and your health, which is good. Okay. Like I said, in the first quarter of 2026, I see a lot of balance, in your life, emotionally, financially. Are you going to be exactly where you want to be financially? No. However, because you went through what you went through, and because you don't want to revisit the past with Queen of Swords, I see you really letting go of certain beliefs, certain experiences, certain situations, and wanting to start very, very fresh, as if it's point zero, and build, based on your past experiences. And I really suggest to save money as much as you can. I suggest that um, also not stay in the energy of lack. Saving money is good. Focus, learning how to manage your money is good, but also, focusing on, not having enough, that also really, drains you. Focus on what you have and how you can make it, you know, how you can multiply it, basically having a better financial mindset. And I'm not talking about, those cheesy, money manifestation techniques. I'm talking about practical ways of, generating money, focusing on your financial future. Eventually that breakthrough, see, after a few months of working hard, saving money, you will find yourself in a place that you feel you can, manage your money better, you can generate money easier, and that gives you time to rest, to, feel that, okay, finally I reached a point that I don't have to stress about money too much. And the focus, your connection with money and finances will be better. Instead of getting too emotional, I see you being more rational. um, some people are so rational with money, some people get emotional. I believe you will you'll either learn or somehow you will start leaning towards becoming more rational and logical and stoic rather than getting emotional, which is good. And let me see what I say in the third quarter. The magician. Okay. Nice. I have the magician, King of Pentacles, death and rebirth. Third quarter of 2026 is when you finally see the result of hard work. That's when, you're able to save money, do something with your money and finances. You will realize, okay, you can build a future that is financially stable. And I don't know if you are thinking about it or you're hoping for it, but the opportunity is there. You have everything that you need, a good job, ways to make money. I see them happening. It's your job, to make the most out of it and bring this shift. You're going to be financially in a way better situation as long as you try to focus on a better financial mindset. And of course, there are some good videos on YouTube if you want to watch them. Um, Now let me, and the third quarter of 2026 is basically, continuation of the breakthrough that I talked about. So you see positive shifts, it's the progress that you will keep seeing, throughout the 2026. Let me clarify the last quarter. I love this for you. Didn't I say that next year at this time I will be talking to you and you will seem like a very changed person? With High Priestess, you don't see this coming in, but with the Fool and Ace of Swords, this is you having a new vision, having new desires, having a new focus. Your attention will go towards better things. And that is necessary because you were on survival mode, not financially, but also emotionally, just getting, attacked from left and right. The situation with your dad, other personal issues. I don't want to bring them up right now, but that was a lot. 2026 gives you time to recover, gives you time to rebuild, and also realize how much you can accomplish on your own, just like you did last year. But next year is going to be much better because you have more, um, maybe determination or more resources, less stress around you. And I see you being very laser focused on building a very stable future for you, for yourself. Um, your desires may change. Maybe in the past you were okay with a normal 9 to 5 job or, just living paycheck to paycheck, settling for bare minimum. But I see your desires changing big time, having new ideas, having new visions. And that's what we should do as we grow. We learn, we grow. And yeah, that's what I see here. But let me clarify a little bit more. Kat, I'm doing well, sweetie. Just been busy, you know, doing this and that, busy with work mostly. Do you want to let go of Ed, Jasmine? Because I see this person wanting to come back, but there is nothing but disappointment again. I know I hate to tell people what to do, but again, I'm seeing the whole pattern getting repeated. He will come back with an apology, he makes you happy, and you may even feel that you guys will end up in a relationship just to get disappointed again. And it's going to take up your whole year. You know, focus on yourself instead of, at least for a little bit, instead of, trying to meet the person that is going to be your happily ever after, try to focus on dating. Again, I'm not a dating expert. This is what I'm getting from the cards. Maybe it's better just to focus on yourself, be more balanced, go out, date, see this guy and then meet another one and then have another date with another guy. And I'm not saying, it's you putting yourself out there with all the guys. That's not it. Just networking, meeting somebody for coffee. That doesn't promise anything. It's all about networking, getting to know people. It's not about sleeping with this and that, every other week. Um, because that's going to really help you to understand that there are much better people than Ed out there that are and or will be interested in you. You can do much better than Ed. And it also makes you realize, how it feels to connect with different people because you've been so connected to Ed, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to really force you into doing anything, but from what I see in the cards, the past pattern will be repeated. And that's something that I've been telling you during the past few years. I still see this happening. I, I don't know what's up with this guy, though. I don't know why he keeps doing that. Or you may actually feel that, you're just getting tired of the situation. But if you put yourself out there, you will be much happier. See, instead of I think, at some point when you feel that, work is good, money is good, maybe it's time for me to put myself out there and see what's going on. Check out the guys out there. Do a little bit of window shopping. Get unstuck and putting work into dating. Um, I know sometimes you meet somebody when you least expect them at a very odd situation, very odd time, and that person becomes your everything. I think the advice here is for you to put in the work. Like, I mean, you can watch some videos on dating, how to, get ready for that stage and make the time, make the effort, make a plan. And that's going to help you, to have a better, dating experience. It doesn't have to lead to a relationship. At least, you're not going to be suffering, from heartache. And again, this is just an advice that I see from the cards. Don't think, I'm trying to impose my opinion here. That's not it, honestly. Because at the end of the day, with everything that you went through, I just want you to come and tell me, hopefully sooner than later, that you are in a very happy relationship. That you may not even come back to my channel because you're enjoying your time with your new boo. Trust me, this is what I want from you, what I want for you. But what I see in the cards is such a thing, to focus on yourself and then dating, taking it easy, having fun, networking, of course, within safe boundaries. And that's going to really help you to have a better understanding of what you want, what kind of people are out there. You've been so isolated, being loyal to Ed and, you know, or maybe even Nick, I don't know, and also other things were probably preventing you from exploring, because if you don't explore, you get so fixated on one person that is in and out and has been in and out for the past few years. But once you explore your options, you realize that actually you can love other people too. You can, get attracted to other people too. So yeah, that's what I see for you in the cards. Let me clarify the cards a little bit more. Let me see what else do we have here. I don't know who around you, somebody that is close, okay? Somebody around you will notice that financially you're leveling up. This person will want your support one way or another. I don't know who this person is. And I'm not talking about your brothers or, they're near and dear to you. This could be a cousin, this could be a friend, I don't know. Maybe even Ed. I don't know. I don't want to, let's not talk about him, but somebody will see that, you going from not having much to having a lot. First, they will question how. then they will wonder how they can get close to you to either do what you have been doing, or to see if they can have claim a cut of it, especially towards this second half of 2026. Maybe you will have enough money, to have better clothes, go better places, do better things, which is totally fine. I mean, what you gonna do with all the money? Hide it in the, under the bed, or actually enjoy it. But just be mindful, you don't want to share all of your, yeah, because people, there is somebody in particular seeing you from seeing you going from Three of Swords, which is complete disappointment, to a whole level up, doing very new things. I'm getting Page of Swords here is telling me you doing things very differently, and that's going to get the attention of a particular person. I think this person is a male. I don't think it's Ed though, but it's a male. I don't know. Doesn't have to be. So anyway, just be careful with your money finances. This is somebody that you have left. I don't know who this person is. Somebody that you have walked away from. Could be Ed, could be somebody else, somebody that you have walked away from, and they're gonna miss you and they want to be close to you. But I don't see you wanting to reconnect with this person. And if you choose not to reconnect, that's totally fine, even though they try to manipulate you. Yeah, it's because of money or finances. The lovers is not always, the card of love and rumor and the romance. To me, it can be also manipulation. Somebody trying to manipulate your decisions, especially when they see that you're financially doing well. So you want to be very careful, when it comes to, you know, showing how much you're making, or yeah. Um, but the good news is I see you doing financially great. The bad news, when you make this shift, some people, come out of the woodwork. What else do we need to know? The last three cards. This is more like an advice, sweetie. You will meet new people, and this doesn't have to be love and relationship. This could be new coworkers. This could be new friends. Um, try, when you meet somebody, it doesn't matter how nice they are to you, try not to trust them right away. Try not to see them as the best person out there. Give them a lot of time to prove to you that that you can rely on them, or they can be trustworthy. There is this, issue with you maybe trusting people, or opening up to people easily, or letting them close easily. But yeah, try to, create like a wall, like a shield, and do not let people close to you that easily. Basically, that's an advice, focusing on yourself, focusing on your money, finances, because the opportunity is going to be there. Okay. And that's what I got for you. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you want me to clarify something. And if not, best of luck to you, sweetie. Alrighty. All right, Jasmine. I don't know if you're still here or no, but good to see you too, Virgo. Good to see you. Guys, I'm gonna resume the normal, tarot reading on Wednesday. I think Wednesday morning. Um, tomorrow, I just want to rest. I just want to do nothing. Um, the past few days has been a little bit rough with work and other things, and also I was not feeling well because I went to dentist and I had some sort of, allergic reaction. That's why I have a hard time, talking or pronouncing things. So yeah, I had a hard time like breathing. Um, so yeah, I was very tired because of that. So tomorrow I just want to rest. But on Wednesday morning, around 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., as always, I will go live and I will do the normal readings. Then let me see. And of course, I have to see how things will go with my schedule because they messed up my work schedule. That's another issue. So yeah, Wednesday morning on the 17th. And then I believe the next live stream will be Monday 22nd, right before Christmas. I may actually do one on Sunday. I don't know. Because it's before Christmas, I really don't know you know, how things will go. So either Sunday or Monday, and then we'll take it from there. All right. And Jasmine, I don't know if you're still here or no, but anyway, I'm gonna leave the timestamps in the comment section. And I think that's about it for the yearly readings. Yesterday I did a lot of yearly reading. It took me like 6 hours, close to 6 hours. That was I think one of the longest live streams that I've done. And and tonight I had a few more, and I think that's about it. In case there are more people who are interested, they just have to let me know in advance, and then I may set up another live stream. However, do not ask me for, yearly reading during normal live streams. Um, and yeah, and then we will do the same thing around mid year 2026. And yeah, other than that, guys, thank you so much for being here and enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your night, and happy holidays to all of you. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. People who were here from the very beginning and those who joined me this year, thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me. Okay. I really appreciate you all. And I will see you guys soon. Okay. Stay safe. Bye for now.